Just by the way, that was a proper red, huh?
I was just gonna say that. That's a red, bro. I'm so sorry, Nihal, for your iconic moment. Welcome to the back for Iconic Moments Premier League Edition.
Aguero!
It was my biggest heartbreak while I've been a football fan, and I am a United fan, so I should be used to it by now. But I think City's first title win was like the biggest defining moment of how football was going to shape for the next decade. Because I think it was the most dramatic conclusion to a Premier League season ever till now, I feel. And I think any Manchester football fan, whether it's City or United, will remember it till the day they stop watching football. I mean, it was a very topsy-turvy season, and that game at the end, like both City and United were tied at I think 86 points. We had the exact same number of wins, losses, and draws: 27 wins, 5 losses, 5 draws. It was neck and neck. We had an 8-point goal difference with City, so as United, we needed to win, and we did that. Rooney scored that goal against Sunderland. We were 1-0. We were cruising the entire game, controlled it like a boss. The game stopped 15 minutes after the final whistle. We hear a roar from the other side of Manchester. The noisy neighbours had scored, and the words of Martin Tyler still ring in my ear when I still think of that moment when Aguero hit the ball in the net at the end. And I think that really set the tone for City's ascent in the Premier League, because I think they've won 5 or 6 titles. I don't even care to remember anymore. But I think that really set the tone, and I'm glad that happened in a way, because Sir Alex Ferguson got pissed and bought RVP, and then we got 1 season of redemption, but that wasn't enough, man.
I think I'm happy now. I'm actually happy about that. We discussed RVP first. Just the gasp of frustration and like anger and everything coming out of it. It's amazing. Love it, bro.
I was actually watching that game with my dad, and I remember and I was supporting United for some reason. The RBB thing didn't happen yet, right? So my actual hatred started from next season. But yeah, I remember telling him that I feel like City is going to complete that comeback, because I saw the shake in the stand with the QPR owner. I'm like, kuch chal raha hai yahan pe. My dad is also like a very conspiracy theorist wala person, so he was also like, हाँ कुछ तो चल रहा है यहाँ पे. वो लोग ऐसा handshake कर रहे हैं एक दूसरे से. I was like, हाँ कुछ चल रहा है.
Bro, as a football fan, it was one of the. I mean, if you're not from Manchester, it was one of the most beautiful footballing moments that that there might be, just because of the timing of the goal and the way it happened. It was City were trailing up until the very last minute of the game, and then extra time, and then there was Dzeko, out of all people, coming up and scoring a goal, and then Balotelli, who basically has this tendency of losing his head all the time, providing a golden assist, and then Aguero shooting, and then the celebration.
Martin
Tyler. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, if I envision a title, I would take that any day. No matter how toxic or how topsy-turvy it might get for the season. If you win a title like that.
We had so many Arsenal fans and Arsenal players in that City team, right? You remember Nasri celebrating, and then Clichy and all chilling out. Toure.
For some reason, I was happy for them. For some reason, for that very moment, I was like, dude, if you want to win your first title in 44-ish years, this is the way to do it. Laying down a marker, stealing it from the big bosses of the town, if I were to say that, and finally stamping your authority and announcing your arrival. So I think it was a very beautiful footballing moment.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and the worst thing is they did it the United way, losing by 1 goal 90 minutes into the game, and then you score 2 goals in Fergie time, and then you win. It's just like the script that we had for the Champions League final in '99. And I think that pinches you even more as a United fan, because Fergie time is supposed to be a United thing.
Wait, wasn't it they were losing 2-1 and then they went 3-2 up?
Yeah, they were losing 2-1, and I think Dzeko scored the equalizer in the 92nd minute.
Corner.
Yeah. Corner header, yeah.
And then Balotelli, Aguero.
That game was the most roller coaster.
He was also wearing blue at that time.
Yeah. I'm sure you wore blue, bro. Motherfucker. You have those tendencies. You're slowly the blue side of the moon, bro. You don't know it yet. One day you'll convert. But that game, I vividly remember at halftime, City was 1-0 up. And then I was like, fuck, title to gaya abhi. Matlab, City is already leading. At QPR was like, I think relegation fodder, 17, 16 something. They had nothing to play for. They're not even relegation. And then I remember QPR equalizes. And then I had some more hope. And then fucking Joey Barton of all fucking people with his fucking haircut gets a red card.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking gets a red card. I'm ready to throw something at the TV. And then QPR suddenly scores a goal to go 2-1 up. I'm like, fuck bro, kya kar raha hai? Matlab, what the fuck is God doing to me? Like, what is these emotions? And then, like Sid put it, there are 2 goals in the injury time, which kind of like a dagger to the heart directly. And fucking Balotelli, bro. There are a few moments in his life that he did something with, and that assist was one of them. With Ferguson, we got to see a lot of like great moments as United fans, and I still believe that we were robbed of an iconic ending, farewell. And I want to go back to the one moment which actually like really pinched me, hurt me, because I was this dude at like 2:30, 2:45 in the night witnessing this and like in complete disbelief in India watching this game. This was the moment where Ronaldo and Madrid came back home to Old Trafford and were playing us, and we were destined to go to the quarterfinals. And we were 1-0 leading, and referee in the madness of the moment decided that a particular foul was a red card, which I honestly to this day believe that it may be yellow if anything, because he didn't do it, the high foot was not intentional or whatever. Or the biggest problem for me was actually thinking about the game later, like a year later or 6 months later, because if you think about it, immediately after that, Ferguson announced that he's going to retire, and we did not have anything to play for in that season, right? So we were already winning the Champions League, Premier League. I think we were good 12 to 13 points clear by that point, and we did not have any motivation to play anything else. We went and won the Premier League comfortably with a lot of games in hand and moved on from that. And Ferguson's farewell was kind of pussied out, if you ask me. In an alternate reality, when that red card was probably not given, I would argue that Ferguson would have used his retirement as a fuel to motivate United a bit more. We would have trashed Galatasaray in the quarterfinals, beating fucking Dortmund in the semi-final, at the same time poaching Jurgen Klopp to United, because Ferguson would have gone into his ear and be like, bro, I'm retiring, just come through next year. And Liverpool would have never had Klopp, and we would have had Klopp. And that's my alternative timeline that I try to live in sometimes.
That is nuts, bro. You just like painted a hole.
Just by the way, that was a proper red, huh?
I was just that's a red, bro. I'm so sorry, Nihal, for your iconic moment. It was looking red, bro. Where are you?
It was a clear as day red card. What are you saying?
Bro, his eyes were completely for the ball. If you look at it from the other
matter.
angle.
You can't rip anybody's head off if you're not looking at him.
Bro, if at all anything, it was Arbeloa's fault for running into Nani at that point.
He planned out his last season well. Like I thought in his head, he built a last competitive United team to actually fight on all fronts, and I feel like he was just robbed of that moment.
But I mean, yeah, I get it. But like many things have happened which are like worse than this when it comes to refereeing decisions, right? This is like, I would say, surely this is a yellow. When you can surely say that something is a yellow, then the red card is also debatable only. It's nothing. It's not crazy. But I see like your alternative history thing is interesting. Like I do see that maybe, butterfly effect, things could happen.
Yeah, we could have had fucking Klopp.
Yeah, that's what I like, the fact that you have accepted that Klopp is like a GOAT manager and that he could have changed United.
No, he would have been goated if he came to United. I don't think he's GOAT.
Still goated.
No, bro.
I have an alternate theory too. Like remember RVP Arsenal versus Barcelona RVP at Nou Camp. That second yellow when he did not use the whistle, and that the referee just went bonkers and we were winning 2-1 or something. If that hadn't happened, your Ferguson title wouldn't have happened. Probably, like we would have won the Champions League, and we would
I
have
have
won
an alternate theory now. If in 2006 Champions League final Jens Lehmann wouldn't have gotten the red card, we would have won the Champions League, and after that Arsenal would have won everything, and that's it. And we would be sitting here with like Arsenal with 4 Champions Leagues and so many different things. I have another alternative theory. If Alex Ferguson would have, not been a football manager and would have been a chef, things would have been different. Man United wouldn't have been a thing. So,
Fair.
They were always a thing before that as well, but
yeah, but like
I see your point.
Ferguson is main, bro. You had won like 7 league titles before he came, and like after he came, it went nuts. Liverpool were like Liverpool were at like 18 or something league titles, and you were at 7, and after now Liverpool are at 19, you're at 20. That's what he did. That is Alex Ferguson for you. He toppled everything. So
monster,
yeah.
Bro, in that alternative timeline, if Ferguson was a chef, me and Sid wouldn't have been repping United.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Yes,
I wouldn't have
correct.
repped United if it was not
Yeah.
a success.
Marketing wouldn't have come that far.
Yeah. We would have all been like QPR fans, bro. Think about it.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Bro, no, I think Neerav and I would have been United fans because we always choose strugglers, and you
Yeah.
probably would have been Arsenal fans because they were winning everything.
That is
Fair.
interesting.
In this extremely delusional timeline, also like AJ is trying to pick pain, and the one moment where he can associate Arsenal with victory, he's thinking all the other people will be Arsenal fans.
Bro, that's our reality. We choose pain. That's our reality. That's how we live.